What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome back to episode 4 of the San Antonio Marshals Flashback franchise, where today we're going to be finishing out the second half of the 2003 regular season. I have my doubts that we'll be able to make a playoff run, as we are 2-6 at this point, but you never know. We're going to reshuffle the quarterbacks. We've been going with Cunningham and Bowler, with Kyle Bowler for the last couple weeks. Didn't really pan out, so we might as well just go with the veteran here and continue to develop. Right now, though, the big player on our offense is Andre Johnson. He was the star of the episode last week. He's like, I think, at this point in the season, where's he at receiving yards wise? I just double checked it. Like, he's fringe top 5 in receiving yards. Let's get to it here. We got Quincy Morgan, Bobby Ingram, and Andre Johnson. So Andre Johnson currently is 3rd in the NFL in receiving yards as a rookie. 5 tutties, which puts him just, I guess technically he would be like tied for 4th. You're going across that. So he's having a huge year. He has been struggling in the sim, so for sim's sake, I have moved him to slot wide receiver just so that he actually gets somewhat realistic numbers, because when I wasn't playing with him, he was getting like 20 yards a game, which is just, come on. So we'll take a little bit of a undercut of the Madden sim to try and put Andre Johnson in the best position to develop into said superstar wide receiver. Our goal all along was for Andre to beat the stats he had as a rookie in real life with the Houston Texans. But yeah, man, we are 2-6. Looking at our season here, here's kind of how I'm feeling for today's episode, because we always want to break it out. I want a little bit of gameplay. Seems like everyone kind of liked the style, the presentation of the episode 3, where we basically showed highlights from 2 games, sim of the rest. So that's what we're going to continue. But let's get a gameplay. What games we actually want to hop in and play. I feel like this one we'll play week 12. I want to see what Peyton Manning actually has to offer. Divisional rival. And then maybe the Titans game. I don't know. Depends what our record is at that point. I might just play this game against the Colts and we'll sim it out. We'll wait and see. We'll take a game-by-game approach, because, hey, who knows? We might be able to go on a tear here, which is highly unlikely after we got stomped by the Bills. But we might be able to go on a tear, and we could be in wild card contention. You know, no one's really running away with the division right now. So let's get into the games. Our Week 10 opponent is a divisional rival in the Jacksonville Jaguars, taking a trip down memory lane. I remember some of these guys. I don't know how well some of you guys will, but John Henderson was a beast. Big John Henderson. They had Fred Taylor, Florida Gator legend, was really good with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Marcus Stroud, I remember him. At quarterback, oh my God, they drafted T. Sizzle. They have Willis McGahee and Terrell Suggs. They actually had a really good draft. David Garrard is their starter at QB. I'm not gonna lie though, pretty much a team that's only, as strong as their quarterback. I guess that's how you could view the Madden sim. This might be an actual win, as we find out who really is the worst team in the AFC South. And we did it. The QB change, going back to the veteran Randall Cunningham, paid dividends as the San Antonio Marshals dumped the Jags 34-17. Looking at our player stats here, 273, 2 touchdowns for Randall Cunningham. We got 84 yards for Rod Smart, whose name change did go through in the league offices. He will now be known as Rod He Hate Me, which is obviously what he went on later in his career for XFL fame. On the receiver standpoint, Brandon Stokely, 8 catches, 86 yards. We got 5 for 75 for Andre. Billy Miller got a tutty, as well as Corey Bradford. And on the defensive side, 10 tackles for Jay Foreman, 2 sacks from Sharper, 1 from OCU Manura, as we dump the Jacksonville Jaguars and at least solidify that we're not the worst team in our own division, which is, I guess, a win when you're a first-year expansion franchise. Week 11, we're taking on the Chargers, who have one of the most dominant running backs the NFL has ever seen in LaDainian Tomlinson, which is going to be an absolute problem for us to stop them. They got some veterans with Rodney Henderson, Junior Seau, Drew Brees as their quarterback. This is gonna be a rough one. There's no other way to put it. It's gonna be a rough one. And we got smoked 28-10. Drew Brees went off 225, 3 touchdowns. Looking at our stats more particular, Cunningham was all right. Wasn't bad. We had no run game whatsoever. Andre Johnson, all right, 4 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Got a lot of tackles because they were on the field quite a bit. No sacks, no picks. Can't have that against LT and Drew Brees. Next up, we have our Week 12 divisional matchup here against the Indianapolis Colts, and we are going to be hopping in and actually taking over this game, because I want to see what our team looks like up against elite competition. They have one of the most stacked rosters in the game, in the league. You had Edgerrin James, 99, Marvin Harrison, 98, Dwight Freeney's already up to a 97, Peyton Manning, Tariq Glenn, Mike Patterson, Rob Moore, like, Jesus. And then you throw in the guys that aren't even in the 90s yet, and Jeff Saturday and Reggie Wayne. we're probably going to get smoked, but hopefully we can turn it into a shootout and, show that we're one of the more exciting teams in the league, even though we're only age 1. Oh, get the pick on Brady, Jamie Sharper. Come on, pick 6. Take it to the house. Oh, let's go. What better way to start a game against an unbelievably overpowered roster than picking off one of the best to ever do it. Pick 6. Jamie Sharper. What was Peyton Manning doing? What a worm burner of a throw. That looks like goddamn Denver Bronco Peyton Manning, where he can struggle to throw the ball 15 yards. Let's go. Oh. Come on, Seahorn. Come on, Seahorn. Lay out there. That makes up for the pick 6. 71 yards, Benjamin James. Exposing our run defense that is very, very poor. All right. All right. Good bounce back for Peyton Manning. Oh, that was terrible. We're pulling him. That's garbage, you old... Can't swear. Don't want to swear, but you know what I was going to call him. All right, we need a big stand from our defense here. 3rd and goal. I mean, how many turnovers? So we need them to bail us out. They're going to run it. Let's bring the blitz. I'm not afraid of Peyton Manning. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Bend but don't break. Hold him to a field goal attempt. Oh, look at that. Bradford in the back of the end zone. Kyle Bowler brings more life in his pinky than what Randall Cunningham brings to this offense as the Marshals get a late first half tutty and might be able to go into halftime with the lead. Big 3rd and 4. Need a stop here to, obviously maintain our lead, even if it's only a 1-point lead. So I'm sure we bring the heat. Bring the ruckus, baby. Bring the ruckus. Great tackle there. Jamie Sharper having a huge day. Holds him to a field goal attempt. 2nd and goal from the 5. C4 special time. We got He Hate Me here. Let's set the edge. Oh, come on. Eddie fights his way in. The small speed back shows a little bit of power. And that very well should be the dagger for one of the biggest upsets of the season. Oh, off the deflection, Asante Samuel seals the game. 2nd pick of the game on Peyton Manning. Love it. You love it. A record may suck, but you're seeing the potential right here. There we go, just like that. The biggest upset, in my biased opinion, in this entire 2003 season. The expansion Marshals host Peyton Manning, the overpowered Indianapolis Colts, get the job done. Pick 6 on Peyton Manning. 2 picks in total. We went from a QB change early in the game, going from Cunningham to Bowler. The offense just got ignited from that point. Look at that. Holding Peyton Manning to 100 yards. 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Look at the individual stats. Huge for the Marshals. Really efficient for Kyle Bowler. No turnovers. Running the ball 105 yards and a rushing touchdown from Rod He Hate Me. On the receiving standpoint, 5 for 95 for Andre Johnson. Billy Miller had a couple clutch catches. Bradford with the tutty. Coleman leads the team 6 tackles. We got no sacks to speak of. We got Asante Samuel interception. Jamie Sharper pick 6 to pick up a big win on the season. Upset galore. Week 13 has the 8-3 Cincinnati Bengals as our opponent. They have a very nice roster. Justin Smith, Takeo Spikes, Lorenzo Neal, Corey Dillon, Willie Anderson, Chad Ochocinco at this point was just known as Chad Johnson. Rudy Johnson pounding the rock. You got, veterans at QB, but the rest of the team make it all work. But I see that QB room. Kitna and Dilfer, I think there might be, if we could do what we did to Peyton Manning against one of these QBs, we should get another big upset. And the momentum continues, taking on the 8-3, now 8-4 Cincinnati Bengals. The Marshals get a huge 21-10 victory on the day. Cunningham once again resumed. For whatever reason, he's good in the sim. 200 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day. Stansbury got a nice rushing touchdown. Stokely had a good performance. 2 touchdowns for Billy Miller. Andre Johnson, geez, very quiet game from him. We got 2 sacks from Osi Umenyiora, a sack from Foreman, Sam Adams, and Gary Walker. We got a pick for Coleman. Another back-to-back pick for Jamie Sharper. Maybe the hottest linebacker in the league. as we get another very nice and clutch victory late in the season. Week 14 against divisional rival Jacksonville Jaguars. And as you can see, man, our offense just fell short, holding the Jags to a bunch of field goals. Still couldn't get the victory. I mean, we were only a game back in the division. This is a very annoying game to lose. Cunningham was all right. Didn't have much of a running attack. Big game from Andre Johnson, 4 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown. Other than that, they weren't getting a lot of help from the rest of the offense. Couple sacks, no turnovers as we lose. A very frustrating game to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 15 against the Saints, a better roster top to bottom than us, so we fell 28-14 in this game. I think what I'm going to do, though, for the last couple games is we might let Bowler start, even though Cunningham's been all right. He hasn't been electrifying. I mean, given his age, we have to have somewhat reasonable expectations. It's not a terrible game from Rod Smart there. Andre Johnson, 5 catches, 50 yards, 2 touchdowns. Some nice individual performances across the board. Jamie Sharper, another pick, but just not good enough. Week 16, the wheels have officially fallen off the wagon. We got smoked by the Tennessee Titans. Steve McNair had no mercy, 31-7. Looking at how well we performed. What? Tony Romo got in? Cunningham, a touchdown and a pick. Couldn't get a running game going. Not much in terms of receiving, even though Andre Johnson had an all-right game. Caught a long 47-yard tutty. Sharper got a bunch of tackles. Again, just, we're just not getting big-time performances. And to close out the regular season, Week 17, we fought, but just too little, too late, as we fall to the Raiders, 31-24. Raiders came into this year as a playoff favorite, Super Bowl contender, so I like the fight late in the season from the team. Battle of, the 2 oldest starting quarterbacks in the league. Cunningham, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Where was that? We need that in a couple other games. We might have had dubs instead of goddamn L's. Andre Johnson, 6 catches, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. I like to see it. We got 2 sacks from Gary Walker, a pick from Zach Bronson. So we had some nice individual efforts, but ultimately, another L on the resume of the Marshalls in their expansion season. And look at the final record, 5-11 to close out the first year. That's better than probably some of you guys out there expected. Our team wasn't terrible. We definitely on paper had one of the better expansion teams going, but still, you're expecting the ups and the downs in terms of what we're gonna have a draft pick. 3, 4. We're gonna have a top 5 draft pick, which is pretty good. I know a lot of people out there were very interested in the comments of me not looking at an Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, but a Sean Taylor. So a top 5 pick is probably what kind of territory you need to be in to get a Sean Taylor. So it keeps that potentially up for grabs. Looking at some upgrades here, we definitely have a big one in Andre Johnson. We'll spend those points in just 1 second. But looking at the regular season stats for our team, we will look at the awards as well. Back and forth were our QBs. Cunningham was our sim QB. He did, I guess for a 40-year-old, that's not bad. But when we actually got in and played the games, Kyle Bowler was the guy that got it done for us. So, maybe we have Kyle Bowler. He's done enough that we could give him the opportunity to play next year as our starter and then go with a Sean Taylor in the first round if he's still available. Running the ball, he hate me. 777 yards, 4 touchdowns on the year. For the fact that the sim doesn't really have any run game, when we actually used him, he was pretty good. His explosiveness, his speed, you definitely felt it. On the receiving standpoint, Andre Johnson, a huge rookie year, 71 catches, 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. I know as a rookie for the Houston Texans, he had less than 1,000 yards. I think he only had 5 touchdowns, so obviously better career with the Marshalls. I like seeing that. Billy Miller at tight end. Those are pretty good numbers. 61 catches, 630 yards, 4 touchdowns. We got 600 yards from Stokely. Corey Bradford had some all right spot duty. He hate me. Got enough total yardage to take him over 1,000 yards from scrimmage, so that's all right production. Jamie Sharper was huge. 120 tackles, 11 TFLs, 3 sacks, 3 picks. Obviously, we'll never forget that pick 6 over Peyton Manning against the Colts. Gary Walker, the veteran, nice year getting after the quarterback, 52 tackles, 11 TFLs, and 12 sacks. Osi Umenyiora as a rookie, I'll take that, 57 tackles, 13 TFLs, and 8 sacks as well. In the secondary, Jamie Sharper tied with the rookie Asante Samuel for the lead on the team with 3 interceptions. Hit a couple singles here. Would have liked a little bit better production, especially in the sim from Aaron Glenn, as he is like a 92, 93 overall corner. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP went to Chad Pennington of the Jets. Carson Palmer's there. Not going to have a lot of people for our team. In the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Chad Pennington. Come on. Where are the Marshals at? Defensive Player of the Year went to Earl Holmes. Not going to lie, not super familiar with who that is. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Andre Johnson. Congrats to you. You earned it. Your stats were absolutely insane. Kyle Bowler for just his spot duty. Obviously showed enough to come in at number 7. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Pisa Tino Samia. Sure. Cool. Asante Samuel at number 4. Osi Manura at number 6. Let's just see if we have any of these individual awards. No QBs. No running backs. Wide receiver Andre Johnson coming in at number 3. Best offensive lineman. Yeah, don't think so. Best defensive lineman. Might have a chance. Gary Walker coming in at 7. Best linebacker. Jamie Sharper at number 7. Best defensive back. Asante Samuel as a rookie. Already being regarded. Number 9. I'll take that all damn day. Got some love on the special teams. Chris Brown, the number 8 kicker. So we had some pretty good individual success. Team success was about as expected. So I'm going to spend these points on Andre Johnson, get the offseason set up, and we'll wrap up the episode. I was just to show after spending all of the points, Andre Johnson's up to a 91 because he got Offensive Rookie of the Year, made the Pro Bowl. Look at that dev trait increase, got the superstar dev. He is well on his way to becoming one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in professional football. A quick look in at the Super Bowl, which featured the Packers and Bengals. A little bit weird considering we got that big win in the regular season over the Cincinnati Bengals. But the Green Bay Packers were just too much. Decent showing from both QBs. It wasn't like Brett Favre took it over. Amon Green, who's one of the best running backs in the league, 95 yards and a touchdown. Terry Glenn had a touchdown as well. Defensively, a couple sacks from Joe Johnson. No turnovers to speak of in the secondary, but congrats to the Green Bay Packers for winning the Super Bowl. Preview of free agency. So you guys in the comments can be active and tell me how I should kind of shape up my offseason board. We have like $75 million worth of cap. Understand that we have the 4th overall pick in the upcoming draft, but I will try to be a man of the people, throw in some bids and see where you guys want to go. Looking at some quarterbacks here. We got Air McNair, Steve McNair, 94. Star Dev QB 31. He's a veteran. Brad Johnson, formerly the Bucks. He was actually in the MVP race this year. Cordell Stewart, Jay Fielder, Jeff Blake, Chris Rabbit. Tony Romo is available. 76. He's 24. Didn't get retained by the Dallas Cowboys. Superstar Dev. I mean, everyone knows I'm an Eagle fan. That would be painful, but there's a lot of value there. Or we just stay with Kyle Bowler as our quarterback this season and see what can happen. At the running back spot, we got He Hate Me. I kind of like him, but I'm always open to expanding and adding more talent to the backfield. Thomas Jones, got Ron Dane, Kevin Falk, Fred Jackson, 24. No bids on him right now anyways. Looking at fullbacks, there's some fullbacks that are decent, that are all upgrades to what we currently have. At wide receiver, we got some veterans. Rod Smith, Dennis Northcutt, Michael Westbrook, Keenan McCardell. Got Joey Galloway. They still got that Joey Galloway speed. Okay, he's getting up there in age a little bit. Still got some speed. Herman Moore, if you're a Mutt fan. Legendary Detroit Lion. Eddie Kennison from the Chiefs. Tight end. We're pretty good at tight end, but there's just Antonio Gates sitting there. 78 overall, 24 years old with a star dev. Do you guys know he played basketball? You guys know that? The offensive line, we do need a starting tackle. McIntosh is the best available tackle, but we always can look towards the draft, which we usually do fairly well at drafting offensive linemen there. You got some decent guards. Stitchcom there. Centers are what they are. We got Sean O'Hara, NFL Network analyst. Sean O'Hara, former New York Giant. He could come in and be an upgrade for sure. On the defensive side, I'm not super familiar with a lot of these. You get Cullen Jenkins, 23, 76 overall with a quick dev. That's pretty damn juicy. But we do got veteran Gary Walker there, who had a bunch of sacks for us this season. We probably don't need to upgrade there. Some interiors, Uther Ellis, John Perella. We got some veterans if you really want to get older there. But I think we're good with Sam Adams and Seth Payne. KGB. I think he was coming off a Super Bowl win with the Green Bay Packers. He's available, but Osi Umenyiora is going to be the future. But if you really want us to get overkill, have a real healthy rotation, we could look at bringing him in. Left side linebacker, Niall Diggs, 88. Maybe he could be in play. Some decent middle linebackers. Right outside linebacker, Albrecht. I think he's a 49er. He actually could be a nice pickup. Either way, Albrecht or Diggs could be our starting right outside linebacker where we want to get a little bit better. You got Barrett Green here, also has a pretty good rating. In the secondary, we got some veterans. Troy Vincent, Aaron Beasley, Antoine Edwards. We didn't retain Jason Sehorn. We could bring him back, but we do got Aaron Glenn as our veteran. Asante Samuel is looking like our emerging superstar. So, I mean, we could be a little bit frugal in the secondary. Our safeties could get better. Quentin McKell, 23 years old, 79 overall with a quick dev. Very interested. I mean, he played really well for the Philadelphia Eagles. He was a member of the Eagles when I was first becoming a fan. Strong safety there. Gibson, I mean, he's younger. He's a youthful upgrade over Coleman. And then we just get, special teams. Who really cares about special teams? So I guess the big question could be some of these notable young players. You got Tony Romo, you got Quentin McKell, Antonio Gates, Fred Taylor. Or not Fred Taylor, but you know what I'm saying, not Fred Jackson. I wish it was Fred Taylor. I love Fred Taylor on our team. So let me know in the comment section below maybe how you guys want me to shape up my free agency period. And I'll try my best to do what you guys want to see. But that is it for me today, guys. As always, if it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking the talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr. Consistent, I'm doing it big. Way too persistent on taking